Hello, everyone. Welcome to the contributors meeting. I'm going to be your host today. Please mute yourself. Okay. I'm going to be your host today. I'm Leo, and as usual, we're starting off with triage and discussions. We had for last week Jan and Alex G. I see Jan in the call. Jan, anything to add from last week's triage?
Yeah, just I think we forgot to move on um, the triages because I was the week before,
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
but I did some stuff this week too,
Okay.
and I even like one thing that came to my mind.
Hmm.
Uh, Hold on. So I've seen a very weird issue, which I can't really explain to myself. So this person says that they are using obviously Vault plugin, and
Okay.
when the application controller crashes with an out of memory issue, then apparently um, it leaves the cluster in a weird state. And to be honest, I'm not sure if this is like, if this is a like the person says it can be reproduced.
Okay.
So to me, it sounds weird why a plugin that is executed on behalf of the repository server
Right.
would do something weird when the application controller crashes, right? So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, so this is a thing that I noticed.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. That's the exact same thing I was thinking while you were describing it. Okay, so you answered to them already? Okay. All right, so let's wait for them to reply back to
Yeah,
your question, but I totally agree with you. It makes sense what you said. All right. Thanks, Jan. Anything else, anyone? Well, Alex is not in the call. Anything else, Jan, you wanted to bring up, or
um,
that's it?
no, I think
That's
that's
fine.
it. Just
Okay.
one other issue that I like, not it's not really an issue, it was a question. It There was someone like asking um for internationalization,
Okay.
like changing the language of the UI. um I don't know, like, if that is something that we ever want to do.
Hmm.
It's a lot of work, right? I mean, I don't know if there's
Yeah.
enough demand to that.
Probably a contributor would have to pick this up. I think we're
Yeah,
lacking UI developers in the project. I know Remington
yeah,
is booked for the last month, I think he was mentioning. Um, so yeah.
yeah. I don't even know. Like, it's yeah. It sounds like a huge lot of work, and I think it's the first time ever I've seen someone asking
For
for something like
internationalization.
that.
Mhm.
But yeah, just as a, I don't know, as a food for thought. Maybe someone has
Right.
opinions on that.
I guess the way to approach this is wait for people to really upvote, right?
Yeah,
If there's traction, then we come back and discuss again. But as of now, it was opened yesterday. So I think we need to leave it there for a while and see how that progresses
yeah,
in terms of
makes
traction.
sense.
All right. Thanks, Jan. So now we need to select who's going to be doing triage next week. Any volunteers in the call? Can do primary. Any volunteers for secondary?
I can be second.
Thank you, Vash.
But I will have a lot of time, but I will do reviews and so.
Okay. Thank you. In primary, secondary, I don't think it really makes sense, the terminology there. So, all right, so let's move on. With that out of the way, so we're going to. So we have for the agenda, we have two main topics. Zadkiel, am I pronouncing your name correctly, or it seems he's not in the call. Okay. Jonathan, are you in the call?
Hey, yeah, I am.
Okay, Jonathan. Cool. So you have the second topic, right?
Yes, can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just wanted to mention. So let's jump to your topic now and wait for Zakiel if he joins. If not, I took a look and maybe we can talk between us on this one. But yes, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so I am a new developer to Argo. I'm working on developing a UI extension for a cluster API, and I was hoping on getting some guidance on how to do so. In particular, there was this Argo UI repo that had React components that said you could import. But in the second link in my topic, it was saying that this is no longer being maintained and that the node version was past end of life. And it said to use a and design as well for the UI component. So I was wondering if that's like that's the agreed upon consensus for the community on what to do about UI components and how to handle that.
Right. I'm not really into the UI components myself. Not sure if someone in the call can take that on. But I've seen and I remember when this discussion came up, not this one. I think this one, right? Yeah, I remember when this discussion came up, and yeah, this issue was raised. We do have some extensions, and they're not using the Argo UI library. Basically, we try to keep the look and feel, but today it's true that the Argo UI repo is not actively being maintained. So if you're up to start a new extension, you mentioned Argo CD extension, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the direction there is you're free to use the libraries that you want. The only thing is it's your choice to make it the look and feel as close as possible to what we have in Argo CD. But I don't know if someone else in the call can provide a better direction here.
I would describe the velocity of this repo as pretty slow right now, as well as any efforts to phase it out or replace it with something else. So I think that you would be perfectly safe to use the components in this repo, and you'd also be safe opting to build things out more custom. I don't think either one of them is going to cause you short-term problems.
Okay, sounds good. I opted to not use the repo as I got started, just because the node version on it was too old. But another question I also had was I was wondering like how what the limits of the UI extension in terms of like what you can do are. For example, one thing I would like to do is have my UI extension be able to like handle links to resources. So so it would like work the way the React router does. So for example, it would be like localhost 4000 / cluster API / cluster / whatever. So you can handle a whole link path. Is that something that we could do with the extension, or is it only that you only have that one page and you can't really deal with or receive links?
So you're gonna have, depending on where you place the extension, so you're gonna have sliding window, or you're gonna have the full page to
Yeah.
render. Not sure what type of extension that you're planning to implement. We have 4 different types. Not sure if you're
Yeah, I
aware.
have the page extension.
Say that again.
I have the full page extension. I could show you right now with the screen share if you want.
Oh, cool. That would be great. Yeah, if you want to share the screen and I'll take
Okay.
a look. Mhm.
Let me try. Yeah, so this is like my kind of work in progress. I imported this AntD library, and so I have my own tab here.
Oh, it's a system level extension. Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the specific question I have is like let's see with like the applications view, when I click into this, I can get like more nested nested like a deeper URL to target a specific resource. I would like to be able to like click into my cluster and have it load into a new link like cluster API / cluster / my cluster, for example, and have it loads so that like when I refresh the page, it wouldn't send me back to the very start. Is that something I can do, or would I just need to try to maintain a state variable for like which thing I've selected?
So you want to click the button and go to another page. When you come back, you want to kind of have that persisted in somewhere in some state. Is that what you're saying?
Or I'd like to have it persisted in the URL. So like when I click on this, I would like to have it go to navigate to a new URL.
Oh, you want a permalink.
In-
You want some sort of a permalink. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'd like to be able to have like a router essentially. So
Mhm.
like like in this app, when I click on this, it changes the URL, and
Right.
by changing the URL, it loads something new. I would
Right.
like to be able to do that, so that way you can like persist information or pass in like parameters by going to a link essentially. That's within the same extension.
Yeah, I don't think you can play with the routing part of the extension, the UI extension, but you can definitely define parameters to pass to the URL, query parameters, and your extension can handle that. I think I would approach that way.
Okay. The other thing was I noticed that I can't tell if this is just a problem with my extension, but the extensions seem to have this like padding on the left side that takes like 230 pixels. Is
Okay.
it possible for me to remove this padding and have the whole space to use? It seems like when I load it in, it automatically like places whatever I have my extension in this window starting from here.
Right. I think it is possible. Remington developed a demo extension, a system level extension, just like what you're doing here, in one of the KubeCon presentation, the one I presented with him. And I don't remember having this padding here. So maybe what I can do is send you the link to that demo extension he developed. And then maybe you can take a look at the code base there and see how he did it.
Yeah, that would be great. I think I've been kind of trucking along on my own, but the main hang up I've had is that like I'm trying to develop a pretty complex extension, but I haven't really been able to find any examples to
Right.
go beyond like it's one example about like a Argo metrics extension, which wasn't a system level extension. So I think for now, if you could link like as many examples or for similar projects as you can, that would be super helpful.
Okay, great. So are you on CNCF Slack?
Yes, I posted that message.
Okay, can you ping me directly there and I can work with you on that?
Sure. What is your name?
Leonardo.
It shows you a CNCF Argo project for your name on Zoom.
Yeah.
He is the project.
His first name is CNCF.
Exactly.
So
Leo, I think you're talking about this one. Just shared on the meeting chat.
I sent you a message, Jonathan. Sorry, Shita, can you say that again?
Yeah, I think I just shared the meeting chat. Sorry, the YouTube link which you were mentioning about.
Let me check. Yeah, exactly. This one. Yeah, please, maybe here. I sent you directly, Jonathan, the link. But that's exactly the talk I was referring to. And in this talk, Remington mentions the cat extension. You see there's a little cat here on the left side. So this is the UI extension he created for this presentation.
Where's the
I wasn't sharing the screen, I think.
oh yeah, that's
Sorry, let me share the screen. And let's...
What's recently been going on here?
So here on the left side, there's a small cat icon.
okay.
So Remington developed like just a demo system level extension to present in this talk. And I believe he pushed this code somewhere. If not, I can ask him to push and you can take a look.
Okay, is there a link to the repo for this extension?
That's what I'm mentioning. I will work with you in
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Slack, and I'm gonna send you whatever I find related to
Okay,
that.
yeah. If you don't have it at this moment, it's fine, and we can chat later and try to get some traction on that front. But yeah, I think that's all I had for
Cool.
my
Thank
topic.
you.
I
Thank
just
you,
wanted
Jonathan.
some help getting started and figuring out what it is I can do.
And let us know if you want to publish this extension as part of the Argo Project Labs org. We can totally do that if you want.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to get some more traction on my end and see how it shakes out. But
Okay.
all right, thanks everyone.
Thank you. All right. So is Zabkiel in the call? Doesn't seem so. But anyhow, the issue he's referring to here is the fact that Argo CD won't move on to the next committed hash in Git if the current hash, the current commit hash, is in a failed state, right? It tried to sync. That's my understanding from the, and I remember having this exact behavior in the past. So we sync in a commit SHA that fails for some reason, then you commit a new you push a new commit that fixes the issue, but Argo CD keeps retrying the previous one. It doesn't move on to the newer commit. And the expectation is that Argo CD would move on and pick up the newer commit and try to sync from there. And the user wanted to bring that up. I think it makes a lot of sense, and I've seen the comments here, Michael, Jan, and a lot of people discussing about this. So I guess that's it would be a good idea to bring this up again and ask from the rest of the communities. This is something everybody agree on, and if someone is aware of the next steps to get this implemented. I think this is especially important if we want to enable things like auto sync in Argo CD, right? So without this, auto sync is not really useful. I think, because yeah, if any given commit eventually breaks the sync, we can't Argo City won't heal by itself in the upcoming one. So wanted to hear from the rest of the team. Anyone has any opinion on this, or knows any views and directions this is taking?
Yeah, I think like we stumbled over this issue as well. Like I think probably a lot of people stumbled over it, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, there is the one. I don't know if it's a proposal or is it. I think it's just in a proposal state right now, right? From LXM, that the timeout for sync, which it would partly fix this issue only, right? So
So the timeout would allow the Argo City to move on to the newer commits?
yeah, after the timeout, right? Depending on
Okay.
like, so
I see.
it doesn't pick up any new commit automatically,
Hmm.
right? So I remember that I had a like I had a fix for that locally. Unfortunately I lost that branch,
Hmm.
but it was not a very difficult fix. So basically, I think we could have a fix that, you know, when the auto sync enters a retry loop, it should resolve the target revision again, right? So, and it doesn't. Right now it doesn't. Just it reuses the target revision over and over again.
Right.
When a sync would timeout, obviously then if the sync picks up again, it will resolve the target revision, right? But yeah, depending on your timeout settings, that could, to me, it would like be counterintuitive, you know, like because I would expect if I if I try to sync against head, you know, and that fails in an auto, like, and it is stuck in the retry loop,
Hmm.
I would expect that if I make a new commit, that actually would resolve it, right? Like
Would pick the newer one, right?
yes, would pick the newer one. That would be at least my expectation.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too. The timeout thing seems off. Weird.
The timeout may be something necessary for different use cases, but the default behavior,
Sure.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the timeout is good for like things that happen on the cluster, right? That when the cluster prevents you from the sync to succeed. But like similarly to the issue when you make a new commit, I'm not sure, like, because I had noticed that it will also reuse, for example, if you sync a Helm chart, and if you have Helm parameters defined in your application, it will, like, if you made a mistake in your parameters and the sync fails due to a faulty parameter, and if you change that parameter, Argo City will also not pick that up, right? That is the second issue that I noticed in that behavior.
Right. Okay. Yeah, thanks for all the links. And yeah, we have this proposal accepted now. So let's see possible implementation. There's a link here. Let's see. Abort ongoing operations when new revision is available. So there is a PR created related to that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that as well last year. I think it's similar to the solution that I had in my local branch.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
I think I didn't submit my branch because that PR existed, but
I
would
think I
have to go
tested
through
it.
that.
It didn't work. I think I tested this pair and it just didn't work. I mean, maybe some small change, but I didn't dive into it. But just simple use case like doing new commit when existing stack on sync, it didn't work.
So you tested this PR? Is that what you're saying, Pasha?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you
Maybe
provide?
it requires some small change. I didn't dive into like
Okay.
exact problem. I just tested it.
Cool. Did you provide the feedback here somewhere?
No, I just tested. I didn't.
Okay. Do you mind just adding the problem that you
Yeah,
faced?
I will run it one more time because it's also very interesting.
Yeah, that's a very good feature
It's
to have.
really nice feature.
Sure why he changed the.
There was some API add and some refresh tool. He mentioned it in the description.
Hmm.
So I didn't know. It's weird to me.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So there's some work related to that. And I think that wraps it up. Any other comments someone wants to make on this particular issue in Argo City? Okay, and any other topics someone wants to bring up last minute? We still have a few minutes available. If not, I'll give this few minutes back in your day and see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Liam.
So clear.